Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of The Lion's Den. I'm Dan Sherman.
And I'm Tom Dyer. Albright will host a football playoff game for just the second time in school history after a huge win last weekend. We catch up on some field hockey and swimming news items and preview the winter basketball seasons as well.
We start with football, where Albright faced rival Lebanon Valley in Shirk Stadium, looking to deny the 22nd ranked Dutchmen their first ever NCAA tournament bid.
Albright struggled to get momentum early, but turned it around in a flash with 2 touchdowns off turnovers in an 11-second span of the second quarter. With the game tied 7-7 and Albright punting, Sean Cunningham jarred the ball loose and Ty Hughes picked it up and brought it all the way down to the 2-yard line. TJ Luddy then hit a wide-open Devron Clark in the end zone.
On the very next play from scrimmage, Matt Filosa intercepted Brian Murphy's pass and took it all the way for a 20-7 Albright lead.
Turnovers continued to play a major factor as Filosa stripped Brendan Irving on the first play of the third quarter, and Matt Naddick recovered it. Hughes completed the drive for a 30-14 Lion lead. Hughes would later add a 65-yard touchdown pass to Clark as the Lions pulled away for a 40-25 victory.
Lebanon Valley still earned the Middle Atlantic Conference's automatic bid to the NCAA tournament thanks to Delaware Valley's victory over Widener. Albright will host the ECAC Southwest Bowl against Juniata College on Saturday.
It will be the second time in school history that Albright hosts a postseason football game. The Lions are no stranger to the playoffs, going 3-4 on the road in NCAA tournament games and winning 6 of 8 ECAC bowl contests. All of those games were away, however, except for a 10-0 win over Wesley in the 1997 ECAC Northwest Bowl.
No other fall teams earned postseason berths this season, despite several staying in the mix until the final week. The men's soccer team ran off 3 consecutive Commonwealth Conference victories to stay alive heading into the final Saturday of the regular season.
Unfortunately, other results around the league unexpectedly eliminated the Lions before their 8 p.m. season finale against defending national champion Messiah College. Despite some solid defensive play early and a string of good saves from goalkeeper Austin Aldinger, the Lions conceded 2 goals off corner kicks in the final 2.5 minutes of the first half in a 4-0 loss to the nation's top-ranked team.
Senior goalie Marguerite DeLucas has become the first Albright College field hockey player to be selected to the NFHCA Division III Senior Game, the National All-Star Contest for D3 field hockey players.
DeLucas holds the school career records for both victories with 30 and shutouts with 15. Her single-season best for wins with 10 in 2012 and shutouts with 6 in 2010 are also both school records. She was a 3-time All-Commonwealth Conference selection, including first-team honors this year.
The 2013 Front Rush NFHCA Division III Senior Game will be held on Saturday, November 23rd in Virginia Beach.
The Albright College swimming teams have been setting pool records like crazy over recent weeks, combining for 13 facility records over a 3-meet stretch against Ursinus, Arcadia, and Messiah.
Senior Ralph Perazzo has led the charge, swimming the 6th best time in the nation in the 200 back against Messiah, clocking it at a minute 54.44. He also set the Albright natatorium pool record in the 100 back against Ursinus and has helped the Lions to a relay pool record in each of those meets.
In a meet at Arcadia, the men's and women's teams combined for a remarkable 9 pool records. Each team set marks in the 200 medley and 200 free relays. Cody Herr in the 100 free and Gwen Stefan in the 200 free set individual marks for the women, as did men's swimmers Stephen Thomas in the 100 back, Rick Sutton in the 200 free, and Ken Richardson in the 200 breast. Basketball season is starting up this week, and both the men's and women's teams have high hopes for the 2013-14 season.
The men won 22 games last year, the second highest total in school history. Albright is looking to take the next step after falling short in both the Commonwealth and ECAC playoffs at home, however.
Well, last season's over. We had a nice year where we had the second most wins in school history, but we truly didn't win anything. There were no championships, no banners to be hung. So even though we had a lot of success, it still left us with a little bit of an empty feeling and hopefully left a little bit of a bad taste in our players' mouths. 22-7 obviously is a very successful season, but ultimately your goal is to win championships, and that did not happen. We didn't win a regular season championship, we didn't win a postseason championship, we didn't win the ECAC championship. Lost in the playoffs for each, so in a sense disappointing, but hard to really cry with that kind of record.
The women's team is on the rise, returning most of its roster from last year and led by one of the nation's best underclassmen. Freshman Kalicia Harris was the Regional Rookie of the Year and was named to the D3 News All-Freshman team after leading the nation in shooting percentage as a rookie.
Wrapping up from last season, we really hope to build on the momentum that we've made. We've added some wins to the win column, and we're hoping to continue with that this year with a lot of our starters returning. And we have high hopes, but we're still going to take it one game at a time.
That'll wrap up this month's episode of the Lions Den. Come to Shirk Stadium on Saturday to root for the Lions in the ECAC Southwest Bowl, and keep checking AlbrightAthletics.com for news as our basketball and swimming teams continue their seasons.